Hi, welcome to the Madam Sophie channel, your sophisticated lifestyle, beauty and wellness channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my education journey. I know that quite a few people have already graduated. We're currently in summer and some people are just in the process of getting through with searching for school, trying to get enrolled and what have you. And knowing that I've gone through many years of schooling, I really wanted to come on and share my experience with you guys. As you guys know, I currently hold a master's degree in business administration, and I also have a bachelor's of arts in industrial organizational psychology and a college degree in food and beverage management. So as you guys could see, my degrees are pretty much scattered. It's pretty much all over, and that is basically because I'm like many other people out there. I really did not know what I really wanted to do with my life, what career path I wanted to take in my teenage years. The school I went to, well, the island I went to, for those of you who don't know, I was British educated, and the way it works back home, I don't know about the way it is in the UK, but the way it works back home is usually by the time you're about 16 to 17 years old, you are already out of high school. You already graduated from high school by 16 to 17 years old. And from about 17 years old to about 19 years old, you're already done with your college degree. In my country, the government does not necessarily or really fund education up to an undergrad degree. So usually you get government assistance up to a tertiary education level, which would be a college degree or probably an A level and what have you, but you don't get government funding up to an undergrad degree. So unfortunately, I want to run on from that sad story, but however, I was able to go into my undergrad studies in 2014. I did my undergrad studies mainly online. I did it with Patton University. Now that university is currently closed. They were based in Oakland, California, but they're closed. They are now they transferred all their students to, I believe, the John F. Kennedy University. So this is basically what university that took over after they closed down. Now I got done with my studies before the university was shut down. But one of the few things I want to share with you guys, whenever you're shopping around for university or college, you really want to look at the accreditation status, and I will be talking about that with you guys pretty soon. First off, with my online degree experience, if you're not that type of person who love or enjoy or don't have a problem with working independently, definitely I would suggest going to school online. I know with the pandemic and everything, quite a few people are considering going to school online, but going to school on campus is so much more fun than doing online school from my experience. So as you guys know, I did graduate in December of 2020. I graduated from Lamar University with a master's degree of business administration. I started the program in January of 2019, and the reason I chose that university is because of the price. So one of the few things you really want to look into when you're shopping around for university is the per credit cost, as well as your budget, the accreditation standards. So for example, based on the degree that you're going for, you need to not only look at the regional accreditation status of the university, but also, does that university have any specialty accreditation in that program? So for example, when I chose to do my studies at Lamar University for master's degree programs in business administration or business administration degrees, they held an AAC accreditation, and that is basically an association to advance collegiate schools of business, and it is basically one of the accreditation endorsements that a school or university can get for that school of business specialty. In addition to that, there are other school of business accreditation specialties that exist, which would be the ACBSP as well as the IACBE. All right, so these are some accreditation bodies that look or oversee schools that specialize in business administration. However, out of the three I did make mention of, the AACSB accreditation is basically the oldest accreditation, the oldest accreditation endorsement a university can get that specialize in business studies. So that is basically what you really want to look into. In addition to that, entrance exams. Some schools or some universities will require you to take the SAT as well as a GMAT or not the MRE, but you do have to take some exams to enter some of the programs. Fortunately, when I did go into my master's degree program, I did not have to take my GMAT simply because I was already an entrepreneur and the business is still going. It's still making money. It's now family owned, but I was the one who really started it. And because of that experience and the years of experience I've had, and the reason I was able to still have a functioning profit-making business, I was able to be waived off the GMAT because of my entrepreneurship experience. So you really want to look into, before you go on to pay any monies regarding these degrees, you really want to look into whether taking an exam can be waived off. That would help with cutting cost and saving money as well. In addition to that, you really want to ask around. Ask if you know anyone who's going to that university. Ask around, find out whether that university is worth your while. What is the experience? Are there any perks? Are there any perks for alumni? So you really want to look into all of these things. Now, from my experience with going to school online and completing my MBA from Lamar University, I really want to say that it was a good experience. As you would find in any college or university, you will come across professors that are tough, and that's okay. It is what it is. Remember that you're there for getting a degree and completing a degree successfully, not to complain about a professor that is tough. So you really want to be mindful of these things when you get started. You will come across tough professors. But in all, I had a really good experience with completing my MBA degree from Lamar University. I was able to expand and enhance my knowledge about management and entrepreneurship, as well as financial and organizational leadership. I really enjoyed taking leadership classes, and one of the things that really got my attention or caught my attention throughout my degree program was I got exposure to working with enterprise software such as SAP and what have you. So that is definitely something that I really enjoyed. I not necessarily enjoyed because it was a learning curve and it was a definite learning experience. However, I really enjoyed exploring and working with different enterprise software. So that's one of the few things I really enjoyed doing. One of the few things that you do have to pay attention of, if you are trying to get a master's degree in business administration, you will have to take an exit exam. Usually some universities would just let you go on with a capstone class, take a capstone class at the end of the program. But I not only needed to take a capstone class, but I also needed to take an exit exam, which compared to the online experience from my undergrad degree, I would definitely say that my experience with doing online school at Lamar University, there was more collaboration with the professors. There was more collaboration with my peers. I was able to make new friends. I was able to meet new people. I also got the opportunity to learn from other people and develop a social network in that sense. So that is basically what I really enjoyed regarding my experience with going to school at Lamar University. I cannot necessarily talk about my experience at Patton University because that school no longer exists, but I definitely want to in comparison between the two, there was more collaboration, there was more professor support, there was more peer support, I got the opportunity to work in groups and what have you. So that it was an amazing experience and I really enjoyed it. And if there's anyone who is looking forward to furthering their studies and they're in Texas, I can only talk about Lamar University because that is where I went to, as much as I would have loved to go to an HBCU. That's basically it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed my take on going to school online and a few tips on shopping around for university, shopping around to make that decision on what university or college you're going to go to. So thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to be fabulous, don't forget to be amazing, don't forget to be you, and don't forget to be Sophie. Bye, honeys.